Happy Pride. Happy Pride. I'm going to stop right there until chat verifies that we can actually be seen and heard. I think we're okay, but I'm going to wait for Junie or Andy or somebody to go, yeah, we're good to go. Andy is in a lovely hospital gown. Andy was supposed to be here tonight, but real life be real life. And hey, Junie confirms that we are seen, we are heard, and yes, bitch, we are valid. Let us rock. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment, Gaming, and Arts is my gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an attempt to bring a symphonic approach to horror role-playing. I am your host, Bridgett Jeffries, but this evening for me, and now our final episode of June, I am actually just a cast member because we have a conductor on board completing our Symphony Sonata Pride editions. 60 minutes of improvised horror. Now, to celebrate queerness, we have rolled out a series of these sonatas that are all run by queer conductors. So, massive thank you to Perry, who launched us off. I ran one. We had Richard Ruan, poor Jason, real life, caught up with him. And we have our adored, loved, and special conductor tonight that I've been married to for quite some time. So, guys, due to the fully improvised nature of this content, I can't tell you what's going to happen. Therefore, I cannot forward you any content warnings. But honestly, not knowing what's going to happen in these type of environments is part of the fun. So, if you're watching live, hop into the chat, throw us your ideas, your commentary. If you're Junie, you're probably going to wreck everything. And we'll do our best to incorporate it in real time into the game. Last announcement, Symphony has a Patreon. So, if you like us, you love us, back us on Patreon, like these two stunning cast members that I have on tonight at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. Without further ado, let us unveil this cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, and we are going to do, I want to do a pride-related question. Anybody have a fun pride-related question that we can throw out here? Yeah, Junie's like, I'm trying to think of a quick pride-related question, but I'm coming up short. So what's the most gay? Again, Junie with the nonsense. I love it so much. Traci, hit us, baby. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, and what you consider to be the most gay.
Okay, so, oh boy.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough. So I'm Traci. You can find me on socials as Mythical Magpie, one word. And I am one of the cast members of Symphony Entertainment's Sanguine Arch campaign, which you can find on both Twitch and YouTube. Check us out. We're having a lot of fun, and you can get involved in the story. So join us. What's the most gay, Junie?
Yeah,
that's rude as hell. I don't know. Yeah, me having a support drink for my other drink, me sitting uncomfortably in a chair. To me, that is the most gay.
That is the most gay. That is the most gay. I'm here for it. And to our stunning conductor, please tell us who you are, where people can find you, and what you, our delicious conductor, considers the most gay.
Oh, hi, everyone. I'm Rina, also known as Maverick or Mav. Introducing my name tonight on the Symphony. I've never spoken it out before on a recording anywhere else, so thank you, Bridgett, for giving me a space to do that. My pronouns are they, them, and I am very much looking forward to all these shenanigans. So you can find me on the Old Ways podcast, where I am the head of Mythos Horror, running Call of Cthulhu, and currently a Trail of Cthulhu campaign called Silver Screams. 1930s Hollywood. You can find me on Ain't Slayed Nobody with Bridgett in the Down Darker Trails campaign. And you can find me here on Symphony, How We Roll, Miskatonic Playhouse, and a bunch of other places. I truly am inevitable. And you can find my scenarios for Call of Cthulhu on Drive-Thru RPG. One thing I want to mention briefly, my Pride scenario, Friends of Dorothy, which we ran on stream here last year, all sales from that scenario during the rest of this month, and I might extend it a little bit into July, are going to Trans Lifeline. And I will be donation matching those sales as well. So whatever I make on the scenario goes straight to Trans Lifeline. So if you haven't picked it up yet, please do, and support a worthy cause at the same time. What is the most gay? Free healthcare, food for all, free housing, and me every goddamn day.
And you every goddamn day. Oh, Nav, I am delighted. Guys, they just shouted out, Tracy, you and I both went and got that link at the same time. Guys, the link to Friends of Dorothy is in the chat in celebration of Mav addressing their name live on stream. Whatever they match towards this donation, Symphony will also match. So, into the cell, Mav, whatever it is that you make, Symphony will we will match you step by step, moment by moment. You are loved. You are seen. Your goddamn name is Mav, and we are delighted to have you on this stream and in this community. We love you, babe. Whew, okay. Y'all hoes ain't gonna have me crying in between this stream.
Yep,
I got shit to do.
I'm already crying. Let's do this.
Due to the fully... Oh, shit. Fuck me. Hold on. I got a Pride fan somewhere. I should calm myself down. Due to the purely improvised nature of these games, again, I can't forward content warnings, but Cass knows that we have two safety tools here. We've got the X card. We also have the red, yellow, green traffic light method. If a safety tool is activated, there are no questions asked. There are no judgments passed. Math will take it from there and make adjustments as needed. With that being said, my love, our conductor, we are in your hands.
All right, so the setting is modern day, and we are at a queer wedding. I would like someone to tell me, what is the setting for our wedding? Are we in a barn, in a castle, on the beach? Are we doing an amusement park, getaway wedding? What is our wedding situation here today?
Oh. Tracy, let's soundboard while we're waiting on chat. I am really feeling something really upscale, fancy, posh. I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to go fancy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Chat says desert at sunset or an amusement park.
Oh, desert at sunset is really dope.
Oh, I like that.
That's really stunning. Amusement park that's fun. You also said barn, so I'm just going to throw barn out there because I kind of like the idea of a barnyard wedding. Yeah.
Let's see. Fancy mystery dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Let's go with desert at sunset. I'm feeling that. Like, that's a fun one.
That is a good one.
And yeah, that's a fun one. And as someone said in chat, rich people hippie type shit. So we can go with that.
That is the most gay.
All right. So it is out in, let's say, Arizona.
Okay.
And it is out in the desert. It's in the evening because it kind of has to be for a summer wedding. It is still warm, although temperatures will drop a good bit once the sun completely goes down now that you're out here. But just as the sun is going to set, there will be the romantic first kiss between the couple, and everyone will cheer and party, and there's been a tent set up with for drinks and dancing and all of that sort of thing. It only is going to go till 10 p.m. because this is an American wedding. So, it's we got to wrap up. But it should be a good time for everyone. So this is in the before the wedding setting at the moment. So what are the two of you's roles in this wedding? Are you brides folks, grooms people? Are you attendees at the wedding, makeup, hair? Like what are the two of you doing?
Oh.
I feel like there is a part of me that wants to be an ex because like like I'm an ex, but lesbians tend to like stay friends forever unless it's really nasty. So, I get invited to help out because I'm really good at wedding planning.
Oh my God.
Oh,
the wedding planner, that's an ex?
The ex wedding planner, love it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This is Junie's fault. So y'all blame her.
Okay.
She said exes of the bride. So I feel like I'm going to be one of the brides.
Okay, so we're both exes of one of the brides. Are you exes of the same bride or of either bride?
Ooh. Or Tracy, do you want to be my ex?
I mean, the problem, flower femmes. Okay. I mean, oh my gosh, there are so many options, and maybe I shouldn't be looking at the chat.
Chat state distraction.
No, I think it could be great for us to be exes of the opposite spouse.
Right. Okay.
Done. Okay.
Done. Okay. So you're each the ex of one of the brides.
Yeah.
So Bridgett, do you have another function at this wedding, or are you just a friend who's showing up for support as an ex and now still friend?
I like the idea that we both have working positions at this wedding where we're invested a little too much. So if Traci is going with the wedding planner, let me go with caterer.
Caterer, fantastic. So the two of you have to work together as well. So it's been a little bit chaotic this morning. One of the brides was a bit late for hair and makeup, and of course they're not wanting to see each other before the first look from the photographer. So they're on different buildings, right? In this outdoor kind of setup. And so there was some drama. And Traci, your character, what's their name?
Evelyn.
Ellen?
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Ooh,
Okay,
Evelyn.
so
Okay.
Evelyn, you were on the phone to multiple people trying to find out where she was, and it felt like pulling your hair out at one point because you remember that this was one of the reasons that caused some friction between the two of you, and Luann was just always late for everything, never could be on time. And Bridgett, what's your character's name?
Let's go with Bryce.
Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah.
Bryce. Okay, pronouns?
Let's go she, her.
She, her. Okay. Are you she, her as well, Evelyn?
Yes.
Okay. So Bryce, you had some difficulties getting all the food up here in ways that would stay cold.
Yeah.
Because the Arizona heat, it got up to 104 at one point when you were driving through up here. And so even with your air conditioning going full blast and all the ice you packed around everything, it's stressful doing catering for weddings in Arizona, especially
It
when
is.
the brides want to be out in the desert. But it's going to be so beautiful, and you do anything for Nancy. You would absolutely anything for Nancy, and so here you are. There's been a little bit of a hiccup this morning.
Oh no.
Getting into the afternoon. What is that hiccup? What is the problem that we've come across as people are getting ready that you do not want the brides to know about?
Oh. I'm just gonna throw out random stuff and wait for chat to chime in too. The flowers are wilting is good. The AC has gone out in the main hall or the dance hall, the reception hall, wherever we're going after the sunset.
The congregant is late.
Oh, okay.
Or the celebrant. The celebrant is late.
The celebrant is late. Okay.
The photographer is missing.
Okay. So let's go with the celebrant's late. So the celebrant is a friend of the bride's who got ordained for this the specific occasion. Their name is Ash. And they're normally very punctual. Like they show up to everything on time. You both know them. You've been very familiar with their ability to always be anywhere, no matter traffic, weather, monsoon, any of it. If they say they're going to be somewhere at a specific time, they are there. And you have not been able to find Ash. You have not been able to get in contact with them. None of the phone numbers are going through. Cell phone reception's kind of iffy out here anyway.
Yeah.
And so it's been difficult trying to get in contact with them. But the photographer is about to get started and is marshaling the troops to start pictures for Luann before doing pictures with Nancy on the other side and then bringing them together. And Ash should be here setting up and running over their speech and everything and should be prepping because after the photography, we go right into setting up for the wedding. And Ash is not here.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to probably try and run around and ask people who are on staff if they have cell reception. And I think I would end up reaching out to Bryce. Do you have a cell reception? I'm getting nothing. And I don't know if you noticed, but Ash isn't here yet. We're about to start photographs, and I don't want Luann to get upset, but I'm kind of panicking.
Okay. That's interesting. Ash is never late. They're always on time for everything religiously. So, no, my cell phone reception has been trashed since I arrived, but this isn't a moment to panic. This is a moment to troubleshoot. Have we discreetly asked around if there's anyone else who could occupy that role until we find Ash?
It's funny that you mentioned that. I was about to get ordained, but I thought it would be a really weird for me to be the one. But now I'm kind of regretting that I haven't. I could go and ask some other folk if anyone, if there's a rabbi in the house or uh, any type of minister. Um, I can go do that. But if you get cell reception, if you could do me a favor and let me know. And I'm gonna do as much as I can to not schwitz in front of all these nice people.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. Do you have Asher's number? Can you give it to
I
me really
sure do.
fast?
Absolutely. And she will pull out she has a binder, of course, she has a binder, and goes through all the things and she recites the number from the list of phone numbers.
I am doing everything I can to be patient through all of this nervous, giddy, frantic energy because I just have a very low tolerance for anything that's above a 6. Catering is already stressful enough. I'm hot. Half of my shit barely made it here, but I'm just going to do my best to not let my heat or my irritation speak for me and stay very patient through this moment. I'm going to tell stories about this later to my friends when I'm not here, but I'm going to rock out all of this from Evelyn. And then you said this was a facility. I'll try to call Ash on a landline.
Okay. Yeah. So the wedding itself is going to be outside. There's like a canopy set up and everything. But there is like a reception office kind of area and then indoor toilets and so on, and
Yeah.
these little rooms for the brides to get ready. So you can go in there and use the landline. And the receptionist who's there's like, is everything going all right? Everything looks so beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be a lovely wedding once it cools off. You know, it's a dry heat.
Yes. Very dry. Very hot. Do you have a cell phone or do you have not a cell phone? Do you have a landline that I can use? Reception out here
Oh,
is unfortunate.
it's pretty terrible. uh, Sometimes we talk about putting one of the rabbits up on top, jackrabbits with their ears up, so we can maybe get some better signal, but no one's ever tried that yet. And she just gives you this really big smile. Landline's right there.
Plaster the smile on, and I will shuffle over to the landline and attempt to call Ash.
Okay. So you put the phone number in, and there's an uncomfortably long pause, like not even a dial tone or a ring or anything, just a long pause. And then you feel like cold air coming out of the phone. And the pattern of the cold air is a little strange. Like, and then you realize it's something's breathing,
Hello?
breathing this cold air. And you shouldn't be able to feel the breath coming through the phone.
I'm going to nope out of this moment. I'm just going to hang up the phone. And I'm just going to nope out of that one because phones don't
Yep.
breathe. Cold air shouldn't be
Nope.
coming through a phone. And I'm just going to nope out of that entire situation. I'm over hot. I'm overheated. Things like this happen in the
Mm.
desert. I planned for this. I'm going to go get some cold water. I'm going to go sit my ass down somewhere.
Yep. Need to deal with it before you get into heat exhaustion.
Exactly.
So you go get some cold water, something to cool off. And Evelyn, you were going to go see if anyone else who was here was ordained.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
trying to do it on the down low because I know that we're
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
about to be taking pictures. So, and of course, she is plastering on this veneer of super friendliness because really she's trying desperately to mask her sheer panic.
Mhm.
She wants things to go well. And so, she's whispering to people, hey, do you know if anyone is ordained, if anyone has a marriage, the ability to marry people, minister's license, rabbis, anything at this point, we'll take an ordained horse. I don't know, whatever, whatever we can find.
Or the Hare Krishnas in the building. Uh,
Right.
so you start subtly asking around, and the bridal parties are just like, no, no, thought about it, but I never graduated from seminary, so I never got through with it, and just people are talking, and then you start asking discreetly among the family members because no one in the bridal parties do, and no, no, not really, sorry, is everything okay? Just
Oh,
people are
yeah.
also super busy and they're looking like the parents of the brides are looking at the speeches they're going to be making and everything. um but this tall man in a very dark suit, which must be very warm for him out here. It is the darkest black suit you've ever seen in your life, with slicked back hair and kind of a hollowness about his face. Stands up as he hears you talking to someone seated next to him in the tent, and says, I am able to perform marriages, if that is what you are asking.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have just saved my life. I'm sorry. What is your name, my new best friend?
Call me Clive.
Clive, you have saved our lives. We are in the process of locating Ash, who is supposed to be our celebrant. Does not look like our officiant has made her way here yet. Um, can we? Do you have like your license with you? Do you have to have that to sign? I don't really know how this works. I
Hmm.
really should have done a little bit more research on this. I just, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Hi.
And he says, I'm a minister, and I assure you I have the ability to perform these ceremonies. I can sign the marriage license and everything. Uh, and he pulls out a little card out of his wallet and he hands it to you. It's this laminated card. It's really silky gold kind of lettering on it, gold and green, and a little red seal affixed to it.
Oh.
But your brain can't quite make sense of the words on it for a moment. But you think, oh yes, he's a minister, of course. Thank you so much. Yes, he's all in order here, is what your
Absolutely.
brain says.
Absolutely. It's the heat. I'm sure that's what it's got to be. Um, and she will start rattling off, well, they were hoping to do this. We had discussed a hand fasting. She just starts telling him the expectations of the brides.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just as an offhand, she'll just say, are you with the bride or the bride?
The bride.
Great answer. Um, and I think she turns her mind after she gives him a list of instructions as politely and
Mm-hmm.
kindly as she can. She immediately just turns her attention to the next task, which is getting ready for the photographs.
Mhm.
Okay.
She's got this in hand. At the very least, if Ash doesn't show up, they've got a backup.
Mm-hmm.
And so
You
that, yeah,
you turn away to start coordinating photographs. You've got the list of all the different pictures that the brides want separately together with families and so on. And as Evelyn turns away, the camera lingers just for a moment, and we don't see Clive sitting in the chair anymore. We don't see him anywhere. This split second later, there's
Nope.
just an empty void where Clive should be. A whisper of a presence.
cool.
And Evelyn goes about setting up photographs.
Oh my
Perfect.
god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Uh, I'm
Bridget's like, can I nope out of
can I
this?
know can I nope out of somebody else's scene that wasn't their scene? It was the adjacent scene of their scene.
I want to know about your seed, so
How do I
leave it.
nope out of that? Okay, so I'm gonna be at the photos. Obviously, I'm not in the photos, but catering has to be served at these photos. So there's like
Mm-hmm.
ice, there's water. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
Nancy wanted mimosas out here or something
Mm-hmm.
fun and upbeat. So I've done something that is very sunsetty with splashes of cherry and orange juice and some light booze and sparkling something. So I'll go and make sure all the catering is prepared for
Mm-hmm.
the photo shoot.
You get the catering together, and Evelyn, you're with the photographer as they are taking photos. Get the photos of Nancy with her bridal party, and then with Luann with her bridal party, the individual families, and then there's the first look photo
Oh,
as just this beautiful romantic photo as they see each other for the first time. Nancy's in a dress and Luann's in a spiffy white tuxedo, which must be again very warm, but they're rocking it. And so we get those photos, and it's time to do the larger group photos. And uh, one of the people you have running around helping you so running around just putting up decorations and things, comes up and says, the minister's ready. Um, he wanted to know if there was any specific like books or religious texts or anything he needed to read from.
Oh, I thought that should be up at the altar. I thought we had already set that. Let me go double check. Um, I'll be right back. Thanks for asking.
Mm-hmm.
And almost the second she turns, to go back about the intenseness of the smile just fades just a little bit. She takes a breath, and then she moves over to look for whatever holy text that they wished to have read from.
Mm-hmm. And you can't find any books over here. You can't remember what it was that they wanted to read from.
Okay. I'm going to start flipping a little frantically through my binder. I'm sure somewhere there was a checklist that says these are the things that need to be brought to the venue.
You start flipping through, and you get through the pages with the list of all the people who were coming here today, and you note the celebrant as Clive, and you keep going through, and Clive was always going to be the minister. That's right. Yeah,
That's right.
He was always supposed to be here. And you just keep flipping through, and the book page is missing.
That's not possible. I must have taken it out when I was reordering the order of service. I did that over by the catering table. That's where it was. I'm going to go back over to the edge of the catering table where I set down my book for a little bit and was reordering the service because it wasn't flowing right for me. And go see if I maybe left it there.
So you go over towards the catering table. Has sorry, what was your character's name again?
Bryce.
Bryce, thank you. It's too close to Bridgett. I kept almost saying Bridgett.
Sorry, baby.
So you go over to the catering table where Bryce has set out the mimosas and everything. And she looks kind of harried. Bryce does. And then, Bryce, you realize Evelyn is looking very stressed out right now, more than she normally looks stressed out when it comes to setting up things for a wedding. There's this kind of fake on her face.
I'm going to take a deep breath in for 4. I'm going to hold it for 4 with a fake, very artificial smile plastered across my face, because whatever this is isn't my problem. Whatever this is isn't my problem. Whatever this, they're going to ruin it for... Evelyn, you look like you need something.
Bryce, I think I know why Nancy liked you. You are calm, and I could use some of that. I've misplaced a page from my binder, my wedding Bible, and I can't find it. And I'm pretty sure I set it somewhere here, and that's not your guys' fault. But if they have it, I would love you.
If nothing else, as much as this flavor profile of personality irritates me, one professional to another, I recognize that frantic energy that comes when like something essential to your planning is missing. If nothing else, I can anchor onto that, and I recognize like, okay. Well, Evelyn, you are welcome to take a look around, and then I'm just going to at the back of the table where you can open up the curtains where it's only half dropped for like aesthetics, but you can see where there are different drawers and cabinets and refills. I will open that up to Evelyn where she can go and look through it. I would also check the trash. There are 2 bins on either side of this primary table and one to the left, just in case it was picked up by an attendee or thrown away. And I will check with my staff to see if anyone has seen it. And then my meticulous ass probably has like walkie-talkies for like her and her 3 members of her team that's on the catering crew. Just something where they can chirp really quickly and get eyes or ears or, something on the front end of whatever nonsense is going to happen, because there's always nonsense. And I'm just going to page in, if I may, and just ask if anyone has seen whatever this is that we're looking for, the sheet from this booklet.
And you get back. Did you check under the table? There was a stack of papers under there.
Evelyn, check underneath the table. It looks like there was a stack of papers there. Your file may be in it. 10-4, thank you.
Amazing. If I find it, I will kiss you and your whole staff. She will look under the table where she's been led to.
You look under the table and you see there is a small cactus with these pages pinned through the needles, dripping in blood. And then you blink and there's just a cactus with a stack of papers next to it.
Bryce, can I have a drink? Normally I don't. I just need a little hydration. And then she'll go to look to try and rifle through the papers that's there.
I'm just going to move behind her just enough where I'm adjacent. I'm just going to hold that sheet up so she has full view. Are you asking for a libation or are you asking for water?
Oh, no, not water. Oh, no. Well, there'll be time for water later.
Okay. I'm a bartender, of course, in a previous life, but that was soon before I launched this business. I'm going to just gently lower that paper and I'm going to go mix her something. It's not going to have a lot of sugar in it. It's going to get straight to the point because that's what I need from all of us in this moment. So I am going to get Evelyn together with something that goes straight to the face.
She's going to get me grounded one way or the other.
You pour you mix this drink, Bryce, and you shake it up. You pour it. Is there ice in it?
No, she needs to take this straight to the face.
Take it straight. All right.
Yep.
So you pour this drink and no garnishes or anything.
Nope.
And there's a little shimmer in the liquid just for a second. You look at it, you get closer. There's a skeletal hand reaching up, clutching onto the edge of the glass. And then it disappears.
So we're going to put that one down. And then I'm going to make the exact same thing for myself.
Okay. Double drinking it.
Yep. And I'm going to grab it by the rim. And then I'm just going to move back to Evelyn, tap her on the shoulder. And just like if the hand reaches back, I'm just going to fold that drink directly into her hands. Yeah. Cheers. It's fucking Arizona heat.
So you have your drinks, and Evelyn, you've got your papers back. Someone must have torn these out somewhere, but you don't know how they got over here. But you do find the missing pages,
Yes.
And there's this old book of love poems that apparently they found in an antique shop that when they were shopping together at one point that they want specific passages read from, and you know where that is. Now that you've been reminded of it, your brain goes, oh, of course, I knew that.
Yes, it's in that box. I promised you a kiss later. And she will run off to, she shoves the piece of paper that was missing back into her binder in one of the folder pieces, and will head off to the box where she knows that book of poetry is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll proceed to, as quickly as possible, staying out of the way of the photographs. Try and put the book in the hands of Clive, who was always supposed to be the Reverend.
Always. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows it was supposed to be Clive.
Always Clive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ash who?
Ash who?
Ash who?
Ash who?
Bless you. So you go past the photographers. You go back over to this arch that's been set up where Clive is standing motionless. He's not moving a hair. Not a bit. It's almost like a statue the way he's standing. And then you come up to him and he doesn't even blink, just extends out a hand and says, yes, thank you. This will be excellent. I'm sure I will know. Oh, yes, I see you've marked which sections they want read. Thank you so much. It will be quite lovely. They are a wonderful couple, are they not?
Oh, of course. It's really interesting when you find out that your ex is with someone that they actually are just a perfect fit for. You can't even be upset. You have to love them. And who doesn't love love?
Yes, the perfect fit.
Are you
Could
feel
all use that. Hmm?
do you need something to drink? It's really hot. I don't know if you noticed.
He holds up a not a glass. It's thicker than glass and it's a darker color. Says, "I'm fine. Thank you for asking." Takes the drink
Fantastic.
without breaking eye contact with you.
Nope.
That's great. All right. Well, if you have any other questions, I'm just going to be flitting around. Um, all right. Yeah. And I think she'll take a couple steps back, still facing him, like that instinctual, I don't necessarily want to turn my back on this guy for some reason.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, I've got other things to do.
It's Clive. It's fine. It's Clive.
Clive.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good old Clive.
Mm-hmm. Go, Clive. So the pictures wrap up. The brides go back to their respective sections to get their makeup redone for anything that might have sweat through and get their hair touched up, but also just have a moment to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Uh, because there's just so much going on, so much emotion already, and the energy, and they've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning and probably haven't eaten anything other than a donut and a mimosa.
Yep.
So they're getting some food stuffed in while they have a moment. And Bryce, don't you give me that look, Bridgett.
I know. I just, Mav, I love you so much. I love to hate being in your games. I'm so uncomfortable.
Um, you go to set up the cocktail hour, right? Not to put the food out yet, but you're going through your list. You're making sure for after the ceremony's over, everything will be ready to go because it has to go out as soon as the brides walk down the aisle. There's going to be cocktail hour while they get their sunset photos taken, right? So it's got to be ready to go.
It's a narrow window.
And and you're setting all this up and you're thinking to yourself, why did I try to do this by myself? Why didn't I bring help? You'd think I would bring help.
Yeah, for a wedding of this size, we're looking at, I think they booked for 80 to 20, give or take. I would have had a 4-person crew. Why didn't I have a 4-person crew?
You should have, right?
Mm,
You even brought your setup and everything, but you didn't bring any other people. That's unlike you.
there's no way I would have tried to do this job by myself. I couldn't do it by myself. Wait, didn't I? Didn't I just page the team a minute ago to ask them about something?
You did. But you don't remember doing that.
Hmm.
You went to ask someone about something, but it was probably someone on one of the photographer's assistants, maybe? Because you didn't bring your own staff.
No, that had to be what it was. The anxious one was. Uh, it is hot. I need to set a hard boundary with myself that I'm no longer taking gigs in Arizona. And if it weren't for the sheer adoration that I feel for Nancy, I would have told her and this wedding to go to hell. Okay. Yeah. No. That's weird of me not to bring a staff. Do I remember? Apparently, Apple agrees. Do I remember the skeletal hand in the drink or the
Yep.
phone breathing cold air?
You do?
Okay. I'm gonna put my hands down so so my Apple monitor stops picking up on apparently all these weird gestures. I'm going to go find the anxious one. I would usually typically ask my staff a question like this, but I don't want to bother the bridal party. Have a very small window, even smaller one now. I'm just gonna go find that anxious one. The Amelia, Ifrit, something. I'm gonna go find her. She won't be hard to find.
Yeah. So Evelyn, you have now gotten through the photographs. You've checked everything off on the list. Great. This is fun. This is fine. The photographer is now setting up to do the ceremony photos. The videographer is here. Yes, they're here. That's great. And you're standing at the head of the aisle, like where they'll be walking down from, keeping an eye on the sound guy who's setting up for the music. And then Bryce comes up. looking a little harried.
Hey there, new bestie.
You look like a person that would use that word. Hey, random question for you. Not
Yes.
to cause alarm, but I just need to sound bored with someone else that is moving around with the same level of urgency that I am. Have you experienced anything odd with anything? Uh, Fuzziness in your vision.
I mean, it's really hot. I don't. I mean, I feel like everybody has a little Arizona hallucinations, right? Isn't that? I mean, it's not like I'm on ayahuasca or anything. Not today, but so like maybe a little. I just thought that, I'm under a lot of stress. I want this to be perfect for the ladies. Um, it is a little weird that somebody took some pages out of my wedding Bible and ended up sticking them under your table. That was a little strange. And something about blood. I don't know. I think I am just having a little bit of a stress hallucination.
Okay,
But you
so
don't look pleased to hear my okay. What's going on?
no, it's
Um,
just you've used that your word twice, and I intentionally didn't lead with that word just to see if you would find it, the hallucination word. So I am dealing with something similar as well. And if that is the case, then very likely it has something to do with the food or the beverage or something localized here. This could be something that's been spiked. It could be, I don't know, a few of the kids fucking around. It's some, if you're experiencing it and I'm experiencing it, it might be worth to get this verified by a couple of other individuals just to verify what's happening. Well, can you give me an example of something that you've, you know, hallucinated?
oh, I mean, it's just that when I saw the stack of papers, it just for a second, just for a split second, looked like they were speared on that cactus and they were bleeding. I don't, it was really weird. It was kind of like that one time at Coachella, but I swear I didn't have a drink until you gave me one, and it happened before that. I asked for the drink after. So I haven't eaten any of your food and drank any of your beverages. So I don't think it's your food. I think it's just um
Yeah.
but you're sober, right? Well, we're at least until we shared a drink.
Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with being intoxicated. The first experience I had was 2 hours ago before photos set up. And at that point I've been dry. At that point I was completely dry.
I think I'm gonna she takes a look at her watch. I think she's got about a 3-minute window for a catastrophe built into this portion. She's got windows in every for contingency plans. Um, and she's got about a 3-minute window right now where she can go and start looking into this. Um, okay, look, if something's up, I know that I could probably go talk to Luann's brother. He's pretty cool, and he would be real with me if I asked him if something was up or if anybody else was muttering anything about it. So now I've got 2.5 minutes. So I'm gonna go talk to him, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, you go talk to Luan's brother. Hey, did you ever hear back from Ash?
Who?
Ash. Did you ever hear back from Ash?
You mean Nancy's friend?
Yeah, the celebrant?
No, 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 no. Uh, the celebrant's Clive. He's right up there getting ready to read.
And now that she says that, Bryce, oh yeah, that's right. Clive.
Oh,
You know, everybody knows Clive.
my mistake. Yes, that was Clive. My mistake. Apologies for the confusion. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the table. Let me know what Luan's brother says.
Yeah, sure will. All right, I got 2 minutes. All right, I'll go do that.
You look at your watch, and then you look up at the sky, and the sun is beginning to set.
Oh no no. Oh no 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 no. No, wait. Uh, uh, how long should that have been from now?
That should have been at least an hour.
Okay. So the sunset photos are supposed to happen after the wedding. Um, uh, what does my watch tell me? Does my watch tell me it's the right time?
Your watch is stopped.
Oh God.
It is not moving.
Okay. This motherfucking desert. I'm sorry. Okay. Um, Bryce, are you wearing a watch, babe? You got a watch?
I just hold up my
Mine's
wrist.
mine's not working. Mine's
Hmm.
frozen. It's not. I think it's this cell reception or something. There's something about
It
this sand.
it stopped. And you look up. You're standing, at the top where the walkway has been set up and the chairs are all set, and you see Clive standing at the front. There's no lectern or anything. He's just standing there holding this book, and there's now these shadowy figures filing in and filling the seats.
Oh no no. Excuse me. You have not RSVP'd. I beg your pardon. No. Excuse me. This is for a wedding. Um, and I don't. And she'll make her way over.
I'm gonna do
The
the thing
wedding
where I
is
reach.
beginning.
Oh God. Oh God.
You just hear Clive's voice boom out. The wedding begins. And you see this DJ who's all set up off to the side. He's starting to move in these slow, jerky movements. His eyes are completely blank as he starts playing a twisted, haunting cacophony that could have at one point in its lifetime been the wedding march.
Nope.
I don't like it.
And you see the bridal parties come walking slowly, eyes blank, out of their sections, one of these little buildings. They're walking, holding flowers or with their boutonnieres, slowly in lockstep. Perfect coordination. You didn't see them get this perfect even in the rehearsal, Evelyn. It's just incredible, just perfect timing to whatever they're hearing in the music, which there's no timing in the music, but they're making time for it. And they march their way down. They split and go off to the sides, and they're standing there holding their flowers or with their hands down in front of them, looking blankly. And Clive says, "All rise." And everyone in the audience, all these shadowy figures, some of whom have twisted horns, others with strange beaks or jaws. You can see shifts of bone through the shadow, just glimpses. You never completely catch what these things are, what they look like, just little bits and pieces that shake your minds as they rise and turn. And you see Nancy and Luann come walking slowly out 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 to the head of the walkway. They don't even look at each other. They just walk side by side. They start moving down the walkway.
I think at this moment, the facade of her like chipper, silly public facing self just drops. She's gonna look over at Bryce, and just for a second, she will just say, "I'm getting Luann," and she's gonna go take off after Luann. She's gonna try
Okay.
and pull her out.
You go grab for Luann. Bryce, do you go after Nancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as of right now, if I'm getting a quick just landscape, capture,
Mm-hmm.
no one else seems to be operating on their own cognizance. It's just us two.
Just the two of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a beat, a hard beat, a second as I'm trying to reconcile what's happening, and then at this point it doesn't matter. Evelyn
You
has taken off. I'm doing the same.
you run down and grab onto the their arms, and they keep moving, almost as if you're not even there, until they reach the front. You're pulling and you're pleading with them, and you're trying to get them to come back. But you just hear them saying in unison, "The wedding must commence. The wedding must commence." And Clive up at the front has this book open now, and you can see hovering over the pages these strange shadowy shapes, seem to be smaller miniature versions of the larger ones that are filling the audience around you. And they're shifting through this greenish mist, fading in and out and in and out. And Clive begins reading something in a strange language neither of you understand. And the words burrow themselves into your brain, and they hurt. And they start shredding at your idea of reality as he is reading from this book. And he says, and you realize he says, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment," and then slips into another sentence of these really strange words. And Evelyn and Bryce, you're holding on to your friends, your exes, the people you love, you care about. And Clive looks at both of you and says, "The wedding must commence." And he opens the book wider and wider and wider, stretching out his arms. And you look into his eyes as his arms extend, and his jaw begins to drop and drop and drop. And you look into eternity. Not the eternity you were hoping for these two here today, but true, empty, forever void. As his jaw unhinges and he begins to swallow the world. And I think that's a good place to stop.
Cool. That's super cool.
Yep, I feel great. Yep, 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 yep. That's
Mav. Damn it.
Yep, that's yep. Looking into eternity, huh? Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even nope out of it. It's done. Okay.
It's over. That's what you get for volunteering to work for your ex.
Holy
Shadow lesson.
Shit. Okay. And that, friends of the Symphony, is where our show ends for tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined in or is currently, I am so upset. Thank you to everyone who joined in or is currently watching the replay. You are indeed the best part of waking up. We sincerely appreciate you. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider helping us to make more of it by backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. I'm so upset. I started the stream crying and now I'm just mad. Oh, God.
No, I'm Mav.
No,
You're Mav. You're Mav.
You're Mav.
Mad.
Oh, God. Yeah. Junie is in the chat. Is like, that's so good. She's absolutely right. Mav, one more time before you sign us off, please tell us your intentions with Friends of Dorothy one more time. I'm going to put that link into the chat and then we'll rock off from here.
So my LGBTQ plus Call of Cthulhu scenario, Friends of Dorothy, 1981 scenario involving LGBTQ plus members of the U.S. military in a queer bar, is on sale on DriveThruRPG right now. It's available in print and in PDF. All sales from this scenario for today, but I'm going to extend it to the end of the week, are going to go to Trans Lifeline. Which is a charity, nonprofit organization that helps out trans people. It's by trans people for trans people. They are not a mandated reporter, so they're not going to call the cops on you if you call them when you're dealing with mental health issues or in a crisis, which is very, very important, because when you are a person from a minority or intersectional minorities, as is often the case when it comes to being a trans person, you often have a worst case scenario when it comes to the cops showing up on your door if you're having a crisis. And so Trans Lifeline is there to help without calling for intervention, let's say. And it is by trans people for trans people. So I will be donation matching, essentially. So whatever the scenario earns, I will be matching that. The artist has also messaged me to say that he's going to donate his part of the proceeds on top of that. And Bridgett has kindly said that the symphony will also be matching whatever we earn. So we've got to we're gonna make some good work here. So if you haven't purchased the scenario yet, or if you have it in one PDF but not in print or whatever, please go pick that up and contribute to a good cause at the same time.
Beautifully, beautifully said, Mav. And also, this was beautifully said by Junie in the comments. You are seen, you are heard, you are valid. Happy, happy, happy Pride. The symphony loves you. We love you. Take care of yourselves and each other. We hope you've enjoyed the symphony, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Bye.